Hello, hey everyone, and welcome in. It's been a minute. Welcome to the Melanin Gamers podcast. We have almost the full crew here today. Obsidian Fury,
What's going on, squad?
OG Otaku,
Yay!
and Zen.
What's going on?
And it's your hostess with the mostest, creatively Anzi. And welcome back, everybody. I mean, I want to say Comic-Con, but that was like 2 weeks ago now. But we're still going to have a Comic-Con roundup because we love our in-person events. And so we're going to be talking about some Comic-Con stuff and also anime, of course. I mean, it's Comic-Con, so that would easily segue into nerd culture. So we're going to do a quick roundup of Comic-Con. OG Otaku, I'll go with you, our resident OG Otaku.
Yeah. Comic-Con in general, it was a good year. I mean, as we all know, it was a mashup of EGX and MCM Comic-Con this year. And I feel like because of that, the space was filled out more. However, it did need some more structure in terms of where things were placed. Like, they did use the space, but they could have given it a bit more organization. I heard a lot of people complain about, map player and finding things. But otherwise, great. Loving the cosplays. MG was there all weekend running a Smash Bros tournament. We had a great turnout for that. It was just great meeting up with people, chatting about anime and other things, and just seeing the community thrive in its element. And they had a massive Shenron dragon statue there because of Sparking Zero, and that was like one of my favorite things because I was just like, yeah, that's a massive Shenron. I could at least summon one person back with that Shenron.
That statue was gigantic. It was insane. But yeah, I love the Comic-Con EGX mashup, and I hope that they continue that. And I know some people it received overwhelmingly positive, but some people were just like, oh, they would prefer it if they kept it separate. But I think people have to remember that we lost other events like Insomnia, like WASD, E3 is gone. There's a lot of in-person events that are going. And so I think if this is a way to preserve events, I'm all for it as well.
Tell them to fuse and combine.
Exactly. They're stronger that way, as we know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in terms of of course, Comic-Con is all about celebrating nerd culture. And we've been having discussions about anime, as if you guys have caught our anime, we did a little reel about anime that's coming out in this fall that you guys should go and check out. And I think we can discuss. I wanted to say what the top 5 is now, but we also want to speak about what anime everyone is watching. So I will start with manga you were reading, because I know Obsidian Fury, he mostly reads manga. But yeah, I'll go to you, OG Otaku again.
To start. Oh, okay. All right. What I'm watching? Yeah, what I'm reading. All right, guys. We ain't got much time, so OG Attack, we're gonna go into this hard and fast. All right. Stay with me, peeps. Right. Manga I'm gonna start with. There's 2. One's called Kagurabuchi. It's about a guy hunting down. There's 7 deadly swords. And he's got one of the 7 swords, and he's just looking for them. His dad made the swords. It's good. It's getting an anime adaptation in 2025. You can start reading now. It's 50 chapters in or so. Next manga I'm going to talk about is called Gachi Akuta. Sick design. I love the art style. Honestly, one of my top picks, and I can't wait for this anime to come. Again, end of 2025. Think Soul Eater, think Fire Force, just edgy, like it's that kind of vibe. And then what I'm watching right now, just what's hot this season, not gonna lie, Dan, great, different, and I think that's what we need right now in the community. It gets a bit boring with all the shonen sometimes, but like it's nice to see, something being done differently with the genre. And obviously Daima, I'm not fully up to date. I'm letting it cook because I'm playing Sparking as well. But yeah, for this season anime, what I'm watching, what I'm reading, that's it, guys. Check them out, trust me, especially Gachi Akuta. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that was a really quick fire list. I'm surprised you didn't go in so much. Those seem like very highly recommended. Of course, my list is never ending. I'm still catching up. I'm reading One Piece right now, but we'll get onto that later. What about you?
Oh yeah.
Like that's
Jesus.
gonna take me a while.
You know me, I stopped watching anime quite some time ago. So probably like I would only
Mm.
watch it. I keep up with like you guys keep me up to date when it comes to anime. I normally read manga. So because one, it's just quicker. I get the fix immediately. And
Yeah,
two, like I don't have the time to just sit back and like watch an entire anime. So like but
manga's
I don't watch
efficient.
movies. Yeah, I don't watch TV shows like as a general rule of thumb. So I watched Invincible like 2 weeks ago. So it takes me ages to watch like catch up on everything. So TV as a thing is not really my thing. So I prefer reading. So I prefer manga, and I'm always pleasantly surprised whenever like there's a lot of mangas that die out, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
mangas that become animes. So I'm really surprised when it's like. Oh, I remember reading that. When I see like an anime of a manga, I'm like, "Bro, where have I seen this before?"
Okay.
I was like, "Oh yeah, I read this 2 years ago. It's got an anime." So I think the one that like triggered that kind of memory for me recently was Wisteria, Wand and
Oh
Sword.
yeah.
I think,
Oh yeah. Hey, bruv, I watched that one. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be so generic. Yeah, I
yeah,
thought it was gonna be so just like it's one of these animes. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, you're right. I even put that as a recommendation out on OG Otaku. Like, yeah, guys, Wisteria Wand and Sword. Yeah, think Black Clover, but the main character ain't shouting all the time. And like, honestly, hands, bruv.
yes,
Yeah, like. I thought it was gonna be so mid starting it, and by the
mhm.
end of it, I'm just there like, yo, that anime cooked, bruv. Yeah.
So
Oh, wicked.
yeah, that was I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that got the green light because it that was probably one of the best kind of like you said, it feels generic. Like when you like if you were to read the blurb of this manga, it would feel generic. It'll feel like,
Yeah,
oh, I've seen this before. But then when you start getting into it, I think that's like a testament to how good an author can be because every story has been written, but depending on how well you write that story depends on how well the story is. So if that
exactly.
makes
Yeah.
sense. So but I don't know, maybe Andy is the author, so she might disagree where all stories are different. Whereas I feel like okay, let me take that back. I think a lot of tropes are overused,
Yeah.
but depending on how well you use like a particular trope depends on how well you as an author is and how well the story can cook. If that makes sense.
100%. Yeah.
So
No.
so yeah, every story is unique, but tropes are generic.
So
Depending
so
on how you
you've
use it.
so you've read it. Yeah, you've read it. So you're
I read
past
it.
season one.
I read it ages ago, and I was like,
Oh,
this is
no
fire."
spoilers.
Oh yeah, because one, they're not like afraid to do certain stuff, but like I think as like a whole, when it comes to like Japanese fiction, I really enjoy, especially Japanese and Korean fiction. I don't really consume Chinese fiction. I have to probably start, but
Yeah,
as
I need
those are
to
the two
start.
fictions like of my anime like kind of like nerd culture kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those are two predominant Korean and Japanese culture that I consume the most when it comes to animes and K-pop, not K-pop,
All right.
K-dramas.
Yeah.
So.
With that, let me ask you this question then.
Mhm.
What's something that you've read, or come across that you think needs an anime adaptation?
Oh, the author never finished the story, but I
Okay.
think Iris Zero, very very long time ago, was a manga that I thought should have gotten an anime because of it was like a high school. But okay, so I'll give you the premise. Basically, it's a high school,
Uh,
but everybody has what is called an iris. An iris is basically like a superpower that is like from your eyes. So you're able. So some people are able to see whether. So the one of the main character. So the female main character, the female main
mm,
lead, she's able to see whether if or not someone is like worthy of something or not. So if she can ask herself, who is worthy of being the student council president? And then she's able to look around the school and she sees X noughts and crosses, right?
okay.
And she's able to see who's worthy for the job. Then there's another girl whose ability is when you lie, she sees a devil's tail. And then there's another person's ability is like he can see she can sorry, another girl's ability is she can see who loves who, and then she can use that to manipulate you. But the main character, he's an iris zero, and he doesn't have an iris, but he's got the most think of like Aizen on
Yeah.
steroids. This guy, he's got like his emotional intelligence is off the charts. Like he can just see it's people. So he used to but he got bullied really badly because he's an
Yeah.
iris zero. So a lot of people are like, oh, so he lied in middle school and said that his iris was able to see what other irises people see what other people's iris is, and that's how he was able to defend himself. And then someone called him out on it. The girl that lied, that can see lies, called him out on it, and everybody started bullying him. So now it's just basically his story with how the female main lead and him are just like interacting with like just basically gathering the Avengers to like solve
Okay.
mysteries and going through it, and it's crazy. Like,
Interested. It sounds like a kind of like, what's that one? The mecha one, Code Geass. It sounds like a Code
yeah,
Geass.
Lelouch.
Yeah, like main character's Lelouch. Everyone's got a Sharingan, but he's doing it a bit different. Or in this case, he ain't even got a Sharingan, but he's still smartest guy in the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I think that is Iris Zero is one of them. I would
Iris
say
Zero.
I've got loads. There's loads where it's like they kind of fall to the wayside, and I just have to. That's why when games fail, I'm like, yeah, that's life. Because do you know how many mangas fail all the time, and I'm like, this cooks so much, but I have to let it go because I know that it's never going to be picked up. So I just let it go.
Well, you just said it here. MG podcast first. Iris Zero anime coming soon, 2026. Let's be reasonable.
I think another one is an old man from the countryside becomes a sword saint. That's a really good one. Basically, he's a guy that's like he trains different students to in the way of the sword, and every single one of those students is like an S-class hero. So, and he thinks he's just some like regular guy, but he doesn't realize that like he is actually like the king of swords, and it's like no one can defeat him across the land. So
Okay.
he's just like he's proper humble, but basically no one could touch him. Like it's crazy how strong he is, like how they're writing him to be how strong he is. But yeah, that's another one.
He's One Punch Man with swords, but you don't know that he's One Punch Man.
Exactly. But I'm not that he's not. I'm not saying he's infallible, but I'm saying that he's basically he's got hands for days. And then there's another one.
Yeah.
The drawing, the greatest mangaka becomes a skilled martial artist in another world. That's a good one. I got loads. So if you need like a long list, just let me know. But I got loads.
Cool.
But
Cool. Those are some good recommendations. Good ones. Check them out, peeps. Check them out.
But yeah, that's why I read a lot of manga. I've got like 10,000 pages on my on the manga site that I read, and I try my best to try and buy light novels as well to try and give money to the author. So yeah, that is basically me.
I mean, that's a lot of recommendations. Which Zen, you haven't done any of your recommend. I know we before we started this podcast, we were both going on and on about Demon Slayer and how you've been apparently wrong. I probably should have said spoiler before we started. But I will put that in post-production. But
yeah, put that in post.
We haven't said any spoilers though.
No, not really.
I mean, Zen is about to.
Okay.
I mean, you might know. I don't know. Zen, what are your current animes that everyone should be watching?
Well, watching, catching up on My Hero Academia. I was behind on that. That started off where it kind of left off. So I'm excited to see the rest of this season. Probably behind. I know a lot of it. I'm on the last season.
You're ahead of me then, bruv.
I'm on literally the last season after like what was like an epic one before. Like, the fights were mad.
But you know what? My Hero Academia is one that if you put it on a chart, like the graph would go up, down in terms of seasons. But the last few seasons, it's just they raised the bar and they kept it consistent. It's just been smoke on smoke on smoke for every season for the last 2 to 3 seasons. Like, yeah.
I think what it was is that they kept it consistent with. Do you know what it was? I think what I liked about it was they had it consistent with like the bad, like the let's say like the evil people or the person, like they were generally like on smoke. Like there was no, do you know what? Like I'm gonna, sometimes in anime it's like they have that thing where let me just, I'm being forced into it potentially by certain things, but it's like, nah, do you know what? They shake it off and it's just like, you're trying to beat me. You're going to have to go full power to beat me. I'm not holding back. Like, forget all the, I had this and that's in the background and the noise. It's just like, the noise is there, the pain's there, but, let's go. That's what it was. That's how the fight scenes have been, and that's how like the build up, and even like the side characters or the side men that you would say
100.
like they've been like, oh, okay, like they're not coming to play games. So I feel like that's been good.
Yeah, I would say fans have also been treated like to like a lot of character development, a lot of stakes.
Mm.
Because sometimes animes can feel like they ain't really got stakes. No one ever dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing can go wrong. But like the last few seasons of My Hero have shown that's not the case in this in this world. And the character development as well. Like a lot of these characters that we thought were good are varying on bad or ambiguous, and like even Deku's come a long way in terms of like what he perceives justice to be, and all these kind of like narratives that they've been weaving into it basically. So no, definitely if you're a My Hero Academia fan, you're definitely eating well.
And also, like, what just expanding on what you were saying as well, like the whole thing of the conspiracy. Like sometimes you're a little thinking, rah, like are certain people playing certain sides on both sides, like not only on the hero side, but then on the bad guy side, on like the enemy side, you're just like, rah, like okay, this person's also playing them too. Like I thought they were a straight like dickhead, but they're actually cool. So there's been that. Yeah, no, there's been that. What are you gonna say?
No, that's what I enjoy about My Hero Academia. I've read the manga, so I'm not gonna give any spoilers, especially if you're like quite literally in the middle of explaining where you are. So,
Everyone knew Obsidian Fury was going to be that I've read the manga guy, right? Like
I've always read. With no shame, I say that proudly. I do not care. That's why I'm like. But I know how it is when it comes to spoilers. That's actually another podcast we can do when it comes to spoilers. Like, when is a spoiler a spoiler? So
yeah.
that is another thing. I actually want to ask you guys because I think Anzi and I got into an argument about it the other day when it came to the Mandalorian. So
That's a whole nother podcast though.
yeah. Brief synopsis. Actually, how much time do you have there? Anzi, do you have?
We do not have the time for you to be
Oh,
going on about some next segue into your own agenda about the Mandalorian.
Yeah, I've got my own. I'm not even like lying here. You're right. It is my agenda. I'm not even gonna try and lie to you. You're absolutely right. I have an agenda. I was correct. You were wrong. But let's continue.
He's just saying that to trigger me, but I'm not gonna take the bait.
You did, but that's okay.
I'm not taking the bait. What I am gonna say is definitely, obviously I've gotten into, of course I got into anime very, very early and then got back into it later. Cause I remember when I was much like my first anime was Death Note. And we were watching that way too young, by the way. But because obviously you see something that looks like a cartoon, and you're like, "Oh, this is for kids." It's not. It is not. But what I'm watching right now, I guess I'm reading, to be honest, One Piece, and I would say I'm watching Naruto Shippuden right now, and also My Hero, which I'm really enjoying in general. But I think that's all I have really time for because
I mean, those are three very big ones. Like, you got One Piece on the table. Well done for reading it rather than watching it, because like that's a cheat code right there. But
it's a beast.
Yeah,
sure.
That and Shippuden, I would have given you. You sprinkled a little My Hero on that as well. You're doing extremely well.
I want to say I want to be up to date with One Piece by end of February. That's not.
That's doable.
Yeah, you know One Piece took a 6-month hiatus. You know that, yeah.
Yeah, but still, I'm like, it's a lot. I and because of where I was reading it, I lost it on my phone, the app. That's why I wanted the app for me the other day. But yeah, that's
okay.
That's what I'm currently reading, watching, that kind of thing. But yeah, I find it really interesting.
I know the kind of books you like to read, and I'm trying to think, will One Piece suit your palette? And I'm thinking, I don't know whether that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to wait and see what you think of it.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'll suit your palette or not, because I know Andy likes very like mythological, kind, but she also likes politics, not too deep politics, but she likes like.
Bruv, it's One Piece. It has everything. It has the mythological places. I'm gonna have to ask you, whereabouts are you up to in One Piece?
It's after they've made friends with a reindeer.
Yeah, alright, cool.
Chopper.
So they got Chopper.
But I'm so glad that Oda is standing on business when it comes to in the casting when it comes to the live action. I'm just so tired of like these people who are like they can't understand allegories. They can't see past like the very blatant. But anyway, I'm gonna go on a tangent. But basically, I'm glad that not only he's involved, but he's greenlighting a lot of it, and a lot of people
Yeah.
are like some people are still mad, and it just makes me laugh. It just confirms what I've always been saying, where it's like unless it's a white dude, everything else is gonna be they're gonna be against it. So I'm just glad that they're showing their true colors. That's what I'm gonna say.
Well.
Anzi, the live action of One Piece
Mhm.
next season will start where you are now.
Oh really? Oh, so I can watch the first season. The
So
first one.
you can watch the first season of
Yeah, 'cause I'm so nervous. I
the
was like,
live
should I be
action.
watching this? I don't know. I don't want to watch it before
Yeah,
I, you know.
yeah. So you're where the next season will pick up basically, so you can watch it.
Perfect. So I will watch that one. But yeah, I think that's everything. And but what I also wanted to say was, what would you say, you guys, is just as an ending to end?
Okay.
You guys, is what are like? What's the Mount Rushmore right now of anime?
The Mount Rushmore of anime.
Now,
Rushmore
I'm
at
saying
the end, though.
new gen.
Nah.
That's a whole
Favorite
conversation.
K with
That's a whole podcast. Like
That's a whole conversation.
you're like, just to end it, let me throw a grenade into the room.
Yeah, that's crazy.
On there and run off.
That's a crazy question.
No. I'm saying, well, okay, guys, gun to your head. Mount Rushmore. I'm talking 5, the top 5.
Shoot me, because you're not going. Me and the gunman are going anywhere. I tell you that for free. We're gonna sit down.
You know what?
Pen and paper.
No. A quick top 5.
What, like commercial success? Yeah.
No, it can be your own. It can even be an obscure one you like.
Nah, that's just that's long. That's long.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
It'll take too
You
long.
can't. You have to.
Shoot me. Shoot me.
Come on, you guys. Top 5 anime. Let's go.
I'm just gonna say, like, if we're talking like commercially, we're talking like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, yeah, Dragon Ball's back in the game.
There's too many.
Last one. You just named
Because there's a difference between your favorite and the best currently. There's a difference.
Yeah, that's why I just said like commercially successful, like right now. Oh, Spike's Family. Like, Spike's Family.
Okay.
Spike's Family or Spy Family?
I say it how I say it, bro. I see letters. I see letters. I read them. That's all I'm saying. Like,
it's not an X. It's not. It's meant to signify a space. It's not X. Why do people keep doing that?
Well, why don't they change the color of it then?
Like, you don't say Tom ampersand Jerry. You say Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, because the ampersand means and.
Exactly. That's my point.
Obsidian Fury, please. Top 5. Mount Rushmore.
You're like asking for this. Like, honestly, we tried to allow it.
Yeah, like I'll say Dan's up there. I'm a human going to a demon high school. I think it's.
Whoa. Hold on, seriously? Because I'm not gonna lie, man. I tried to watch. I felt like I watched about 2 seasons of that Iruma-kun anime, and I just couldn't do it anymore.
My brother, it's on 300. It's closing to 400 chapters. Trust me, they're still cooking.
Oh, bruv. Anyway, continue with the list.
Oh, what's that? Gojo.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Not Jujutsu Kaisen. The other Gojo with the dress up doll. My darling dress up doll.
Okay.
Yeah, right now a chapter just happened recently where everybody's like finally it's 100 chapters in, but finally you get some actual progress and everybody's celebrating. So I feel like that's an honorable mention. Yeah, I don't know what else. I mean, Komi-san, she's up there. Like, this is not my personal ones. These are like just these are just outstanding ones.
Sakamoto Days, that's one I need to get into.
Yeah, One Piece is up there. You see, I just can't. Like, One Piece has just been a staple. It's becoming a Dragon Ball Z. There's another recommendation I'll give is I use high level medicine to counter magic. That is actually a fire one. So it's only 34 chapters and it doesn't reload as much as I'd like it to. But when I tell you it's fire, I'm telling you it's fire. That's why I don't want to go to Japan, because I'll get all the light novels and I'll be like out of the game for like 2 years because I've caught up. But yeah, I can't. Like that's the best I can give you.
All right. Okay. What about you, Zen?
For me, it'll probably be right now that I would say standing out to me, My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, Actually, one that I was very surprised that I would like, but I'm very excited for the next season is Hell's Paradise.
Oh yeah, House Paradise is
Oh.
that was decent.
I didn't think because with me I don't like a lot of, which is a bit even in Demon Slayer it has it sometimes where the demons look a bit too weird for me. Sometimes
Yeah.
like it throws me off.
Like every episode of that is like, oh, what is that? Oh,
Yeah,
brother, oh, what is that?
yeah,
My brother,
yeah. That's how I was. I was just like, why? Who? It's also like, what kind of dreams and nightmares do you have to now say that I'm gonna now put that like, yeah. There's just a lot of weird things in it, but what saves it is the fighting. The fighting in that is, and the concept of the character himself as well, how complex he is. Like it's mad. Like, and things that you
Man
start
like
to
Gabby
find out.
Maru.
Yeah, no, like he's like basically an assassin that doesn't feel anything. You realize that he does have some personality to him, but then it's not what you think, and even he's trying to figure himself out. So it's a lot. There's a lot to the story.
Mm.
So yeah, it's like there's character development, but he's also learning about himself. You're learning about him, and you're now learning other characters as well around him and a whole new place. Like there's so much to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mappa did it. That's why. That's why they're cooking. That's why.
Yeah. Mappa touch it, it's gold right now.
Yeah, that's
And to me, it's got a lot of characters that I like from other animes, all in one anime. Like there's a lot of characters from like Demon Slayer that's in there. My Hero, there's characters that remind me of Naruto. There's characters that remind me of those people from those anime, and they're all in one place.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my standout right now.
Quite a list. Oh, you guys have good lists, you know. I like it.
I know there's someone out there just taking notes right now. They're like, yo, the backlog is real.
I can
Backlog is
guarantee for every person that's
crazy.
taking notes, there's another person who's plotting our downfall. They're like, how dare they not say this?
I don't know what my I guess I would say obviously I love JJK. Huge Sukuna fan. I know he's a villain, but I don't care.
Hello?
Sometimes you gotta root for the villain. Demon Slayer. Love Demon Slayer so much. One Piece. I also wanna say nobody mentioned Full Metal. Like, hello?
I mean, well, hold on, because
See what I'm talking about? You see
hold
what I'm
on.
talking about?
See, because I just want to put out there that we said we didn't want to go through the whole list of things. Because obviously, if I was going through the whole list of things and
Nah, you
actual
never
anime,
mentioned it. You
I'm
did not
triggered.
mention it at
Yeah,
all.
okay.
I'm triggered. You said the new, not the old.
yeah, you
that's the
said
new.
you, and I said commercially. So, like, obviously, yeah. But
I said, what's you guys' Mount Rushmore? And you were talking about something else. That's all.
nah, you just said
You
pick
see
5.
what-
Yeah,
This is you see what I'm talking about?
This
Nah,
is your agenda. No, dear. I'm putting this out there. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is my top pick. Like, you know, like for
And yet
anyone.
somehow it skipped your list. What's
Yeah.
happening?
Because I wasn't doing that list. I was doing
Nah,
what's.
I'm not falling for this.
Yeah, I'm not falling for this.
No. We don't do that here.
Okay, all right. You, the anime fans are gonna come for your necks. By the way, your neck.
Let
You're talking like I can't defend myself.
Yeah,
Come at me, bro.
do
See
you
me in
not
the
know my
comments.
name is OG Otaku, bro?
All right. Cool, great. All right. I think a roundup. I think if people disagree, there's gonna be loads of people disagree with our list.
You know what? Bring it to the comments, guys, and then, like, you know, if there's enough discourse, we can run another podcast of this, and then we can actually break down some anime.
Exactly.
Yeah, because, like, yeah, you know, like, and then me and Obsidian will come, like,
Yeah.
prepared.
There's a difference between your favorite and the best. There's a difference.
Yeah.
All right. I hear you. Okay, perfect. That was a good pod. Thanks again, guys, for listening and all that good stuff. I've been here with Obsidian Fury,
See you later, gang.
OG Otaku,
Keep it OG, peeps.
and Zen.
Peace.
And it's been your hostess with the mostest, creatively Anzi. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And this has been the Melanin Gamers podcast. Bye, guys.